Hey, it's Alexis, and today we're going book shopping. So it's an extremely cold day outside today, so I thought, what better time than to go book shopping? Actually, whenever we decided we were gonna go, like last week, we didn't know it was gonna be this cold, but we're still going. Anyway, if you watched my 26 new releases for 2026 video, in there were 4 books that released in the month of January, and they are all released now. So we're gonna pick those up, along with a few other books that I've had my eye on for a while that I'm really excited to read. There is a 20% chance of snow starting this evening, so we're gonna try to make it back before that's supposed to start. But again, I guess we'll see what happens. So let's go to Half Price Books and Barnes & Noble and just have a bookish, fun-filled day. Okay, so we went to both Half Price Books and Barnes & Noble today, and there were 3 books that I was going to buy today that they did not have in stock. Anyway, we made it back to town before it started snowing, but now it's kind of like snow sprinkling. I don't know what to call it. It's very lightly snowing right now. Anyway, when I get home, I'm going to do a haul, because I did get a few more books than I thought I was going to. Especially at Half Price Books. Well, okay, I only got 4 books at Half Price Books, but none of them were really like on my radar. It just, ooh, that sounds good, so I bought it. And that's the problem. That's the problem with me. Okay, first up we have Right Girl, Wrong Side by Jenny Berid. Sorry if I said that wrong. I just thought this cover was really cute. It's like, that's what called my attention. But this is kind of giving me Romeo and Juliet vibes. And I really liked that play by Shakespeare. So I'm kind of intrigued by this. I'm pretty sure the main character's name is Evita, E-V-I-T-A. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. But it says that she's the owner of a flower shop and she's busy all the time, so she cannot wait to have a vacation in Nantucket. And it says that she's going to be going on vacation with her folks, her brothers, and their families. And it sounds like the cure for heartache because she's just gone through a bad breakup. But when they arrive at the quaint rose-covered cottage, another group has already put down stakes. The Hatfields. Ryan Hatfield was Evita's former crush from high school, but their business rival moms refused to let them date. Now, history professor Ryan is here for a week with his parents, who won them this oceanfront rental in a society silent auction. Once it's clear that there's been a double booking due to a bidding mistake, Ryan's mom digs in her heels, meaning to stay, when Evita's mom won't back down either. So they just agree to share the space. But Evita and Ryan are trying to keep the peace between their families while fostering a growing chemistry between them. So it's really giving Romeo and Juliet vibes. It just sounded really good to me, so I picked it up. So this next one, I actually picked this up a few weeks ago at Barnes & Noble, and I almost bought it for a different video that you'll probably see in February, but I almost bought it but did not. So when I saw it at Half Price Books today, I was like, okay, you already picked it up and you already were interested in it, so just get it. So I picked up No Two Persons by Erica Bauermeister, but it says 1 book, 9 readers, 10 changed lives. That was the beauty of books, wasn't it? They took you to places you didn't know you needed to go. So this is about Alice, who always wanted to be a writer, and after she had her heart broken, she writes her debut novel, and all these readers end up finding it and kind of connecting to it, but they all connect to it in a different way, and they all kind of change the course of their life based on what they learned in this book. So it's more than just, I guess, a fun novel that she wrote. It kind of helps people change their lives, and that sounds really good to read about. This next book, Matt picked out. He found it and he said, that sounds interesting, but I want you to read it first. So we have Ultra 85. I guess it's by Logic. I was trying to figure out who wrote it because there's no name on it, but it just says Logic down there. I'm assuming that's who wrote this book. But it says, in the year 2115, when Earth is no longer inhabitable, the remainder of humanity lives in Babel, or Babel, I don't know, a giant space station. 2 pilots, Quentin and Kai, must find the planet Paradise, where only the most promising citizens are allowed to live. On their journey, they encounter Quentin's estranged father, who left Babel for Paradise when Quentin was a child, and discover just how different Paradise is from what they imagined and how they must change it for the better. So it does sound interesting. It just kind of doesn't really sound like something I would have picked out for myself. So this is definitely going to be one of those books in another genre that I wanted to try to read this year. So we have this. This last book I got from Half Price Books. I've never heard anybody read or talk about this before, but I did see it on somebody's TBR. I don't remember whose. So it's been in my book outlet cart for a while, but it's always been out of stock every time I want to place an order. So when I saw it today, I went ahead and picked it up. But we have The Lost Ticket by Freya Sampson. And from what I've gathered from reading the synopsis. So this is the story of Libby, who's going to London, and when she gets to London, she meets this old man on this bus who tells her the story of the time in 1962 when he got on the 88 bus and he met this girl with red hair, and he kind of started smitten for her, and they were supposed to meet up together at this art gallery or something later on in the week, but he ended up losing the bus ticket that had her phone number on it. So for the past 60 years, he's been riding this bus trying to find her again, and he hasn't had any luck yet, but he's starting to develop dementia. So Libby's gonna try her best to try to get him reunited with this woman so that he can see her one last time. And it just sounds like it's going to be kind of heart-wrenching, and it just sounded like the perfect story that I needed right now. So then at Barnes & Noble, I did go a little crazy in there. So I really went in there for 4 books. One of them was out of stock, so we only have 3 of the new releases. But I also bought some other books while I was in there, as of course I did. But I've at least heard of all these other ones, so that's a step in the right direction. But for the new releases, we ended up picking up Half His Age by Jennette McCurdy. I don't know what it is about this cover, but I'm just so intrigued to read the story. I also picked up Just Watch Me by Laura Torenberg. I love this cover as well, how she's just peeking out there. And we also picked up Dandelion is Dead by Rosie Story. So all 3 of these, I actually did a 26 books in 2026 video where I talked through the synopsis of all of those. So if you're interested in those, just go ahead and watch that so you can see what they're about. But the one I didn't get that also released in January was Cross Your Heart and Hope He Dies. So I'm going to order that online and it'll be here sometime. But these next 3, I got 2 of them that were 50% off and 1 of them that was 30% off because I heard other people talk about them and they sounded good. So I picked up Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. I read Yellowface by R.F. Kuang last year and really, really loved it. So I wanted to read something else by her. So I picked this one up. It's about this girl who was at this school and her professor ends up dying in an accident that could possibly be her fault. So she's going into hell or the underworld to try and find him and I guess save him or something. I'm not sure. But I've heard amazing things about this. so I'm excited for it. But I'm also nervous for it because I feel like sometimes her writing can be intimidating, and I feel like I might not be smart enough to understand everything in here. But hopefully we're gonna give this a shot soon. Next, I picked up Homeseeking by Carissa Chin. I'm pretty sure this released early last year, and I heard amazing things about this, so when I saw that it was 50% off, I was like, okay, now's my chance to buy it. And it says, a single choice can define an entire life. So this is following two characters, and I don't really know how to say their names. I think it's Suchi and Haween. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But it says that they were just kids when they first met and became really good friends, and then they became lovers, and then he got drafted into the army, and he left her with just his violin and a note saying, "Forgive me." And now they're seeing each other for the first time in over 60 years. So sounds like it's going to be heart-wrenching. And the last one that was 30% off was My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. And from what I've heard people say this is about, it is a woman who's trying to come home one night, and her lock, like her key doesn't work in her lock on her door. But another woman answers the door who looks similar to her, but not like, they're not like twins or anything. They look similar. And her husband is saying that this woman inside of her house is his wife, and that his wife is actually not. So she's trying to, like, I guess, figure out what's going on. It just sounded good, so I picked it up. So then we have two more books. We have The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. This is told mainly through like letters, and I'm just excited to dive into this. I read the first few pages at Barnes & Noble today, and it had me like laughing already, and I'm just excited for it. But it's about this woman named Sybil who throughout her life uses letters to make sense of the world and her place in it. Most mornings, she sits down and writes letters to her brother, her best friend, the president of the university, who will not allow her to audit a class, to Joan Didion and Larry McMurdy, to tell them what she thinks of their latest books, and to one person whom she writes often yet never sends the letter. It just sounds like it's gonna be cute, and I'm excited for a cute book. I don't know. And then the last one that I picked up was Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. And from what I know about this one, it's about this man and his kids who are living on this island when a woman just like appears on shore one day, like she gets washed to shore, and they're trying to help her figure out, I guess, what's going on, who she is, help her out. I don't know, something like that. It just sounded good from what other people were saying, so I picked it up. Anyway, that is my book haul for today. I kind of feel like I went a little bit overboard, but at the same time, I did recently unhaul a ton of books, so it's okay that I'm adding a few more back to my TBR because I still feel like I can make it through a decent chunk of my TBR this year, which is my goal. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let me know if you guys read any of these books or which one you want to see me read first. I'll try to do a reading vlog for most, if not all of these. But if there's one that you're dying to see, let me know and I'll try to make it sooner rather than later. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a fun day book shopping with me. Hopefully we can do it again soon when it's not so freezing outside. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.